Hey. Peace and good morning. Peace and power to everybody that's going to join me today. Whether you're going to join me in the chat or whether you're going to listen to me in the playback, I really appreciate your time. Thank you again for coming through and listening to my morning rambles. This is where before work I get a chance to just talk about whatever's on my mind about boxing and whatever else pops up. I'm not here for a long time, as my guy Rafi says. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Shout out to Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Please like and subscribe to him as I asked you to do for me. What up, Charles D? What up, Black? Let me drop the link early o'clock. Early o'clock. Hey, yo, so as you can see by my description, we're going to be discussing 160 CHARLO, again, running his mouth by a bar about Demetrius Andrade. And without further ado, I'm going to share that screen. I'm going to run the interview. Tell me if you can hear it, please. Anybody want to get in now before I share the screen, because I'm not going to be able to see when anybody logs in.
I'm gonna be in the right shape. Andrade too fucking small. He going up to 168 so he don't gotta lose weight. I mean, he ain't even gonna be in the right shape. See, these fighters don't even know, like, it's a science to this shit. Like, you lose as much weight as you can because it puts you in more shape. This motherfucker is going up to 168. All right, welcome. 168, I'm coming. Fuck that. I'm fighting at 165 next fight. So I ain't gotta be in shape. That's the fucking motto to this shit. So I don't gotta be in shape. If I don't get Canelo, I want Jacobs. If I don't get Canelo, I want Jacobs. What you talking about? We're not scared of none of you fuck ass motherfuckers. Oh no, we want Jacobs. What you talking about? I want Jacob just as much as he want me. Jacob, bro, look at the percentage of when I fight black fighters. That's all shit. Think about it. Nah, I mean, look what happened to him. I didn't just beat their ass. I knocked them the fuck out, beat their ass, disrespected his fucking moms and shit. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about?
Anywho. What up? Y'all hear that just now, man? Did y'all hear Mal CHARLO? What up, Tommy Temple, Charles D, Lisa Bales, Santos, and of course Black. Did y'all hear CHARLO just now? Did y'all hear the video? Let me know. Anywho, so that was Mr. Mal CHARLO again. So apparently, again, he's not going to fight. What's that? There you go. So that was Mal CHARLO at a restaurant or something. As you can see, people in his live was asking me, yo, are you drunk? What's happening with you? And again, turning down the Andrade fight. This man said after his fight, he wants to unify. You want to unify, the easiest unification fight to make is with Demetrius Andrade. Triple G is tied up with a fight with Ramata. Canelo is tied up in court with DAZN. The only person available is Demetrius Andrade. And here we are again with Jamal CHARLO turning down an Andrade fight. What is it with Jamal CHARLO and Demetrius Andrade? Please don't tell me nothing about Andrade pulled out on his brother some years ago. Please, please, please don't tell me about that. Don't tell me nothing about Andrade pulling on Jamel years ago at 154. I do not care. You're not going to sit at this goddamn bar talking all this shit about Demetrius Andrade being too small and he not in shape and he going up to 168 because he can't stay in shape, and then say your next fight is at 165 because you don't want to get in shape. What is this man talking about? Somebody please tell me what the F is Jamal Charlo talking about. You just came off a really good, solid fight, solid win with Sergey Deverenchenko. And here you are now, once again, backing out of a Demetrius Andrade fight. There's something off about this dude. If anybody wants a link to that whole interview, because he goes on to talk about Jacob some more. Here's the link to the interview. Shout out to fighthype.com. That's the link to the interview in the chat. But could somebody please explain to me why this man does not want to fight Demetrius Andrade? He said he wants to unify like his brother Jamel. I have never heard Jamal Charlo say no shit like this. Why is it Jamal Charlo always has some sort of weird excuse why he won't fight this person, why he won't fight that person? If he can't get Canelo, he wants to fight Danny Jacobs. I don't mind that fight. But once again, it's not for a belt. You're not fighting for nothing. At 160, you're fighting for a unification. There's something off about this whole thing. This dude looked drunk. I don't know what's up with this guy. There you go, Charles D. There you go, Charles D. But in the interview, he said he wasn't drinking and he was drinking water. Ain't no way in hell. People in his own life was asking him, bro, are you drunk? Well, Angel, he says Danny Jacobs is chinny. Check the interview out. I only played a bit of it because I don't want to get flagged or nothing from Fight Hype. But Jamal Charlo has got to be one of the biggest. I mean, you just came off of something that impressed a lot of people, a fight that impressed a lot of people. And now you here talking, now you're going backwards. He said his next fight is going to be at 165. Against who? Is that how it works in PBC land? You have one good fight, then you fight nobody. Let me tell you something. I'm not interested in no goddamn Eubank Jr. fight. Is Jamal Charlo going to take a step back now and go back to free TV after he's this pay-per-view star? Well, I don't know about pay-per-view star. But he just did a pay-per-view. Is he going to step back and go into free TV again and fight Chris Eubank Jr.? What is going on?
Hey, good morning, my brother.
Good day, sir. Your comments.
Man, you know, with Maul, man, it's been frustrating, right? Because I'm one that believes that Maul can do really good things, even at higher weights. But, you know, like you were saying, and like he said before, like you stated prior, he wants to unify 160. I get it. Then move up. Now you're talking about moving up anyway to catch weight? Like what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like now you thinking you'd have an easier time. Now you want to fight Danny when he was already in your face. He already called you out several times in 3 different fights that he had. He called you out. And you didn't respond to none of it, really. You gave excuses. You gave excuses as to why you don't need to fight him right now. Or that fight would be bigger down the line. Well, it's now down the line, right? You're at 160. He's at 168. But you want to unify 160. But you want to fight Danny now at a catch weight? Nah.
Man, I need somebody to explain, because when I watched this interview, I was just like, this dude.
So he's doing. So he doing what Canelo doing now. You know what I mean? He want to catch weight. You know, he want to be a catch weight king now, right?
Yeah, 165.
You know what I'm saying? You want to catch weight dudes now. Come on, man. Stop it, man. And then you're not convincing anybody with your performances from before. Because really, you know, you could could say that shit was a draw almost if you want to be technical with Derevchenko, because Derevchenko was giving it to him.
There you go.
I ain't see nothing, no big improvement, nothing special, nothing. I didn't see anything that remotely told me he has any chance against Canelo. He has any chance against a boo-boo. Straight up.
Man, let me tell you something. When I started, I was so disappointed. Like, bro, you're taking steps back.
And then I get it. Yeah, Danny might be the easier of the three, but still, he's the bigger puncher out of him and Boo Boo.
Okay.
And we know he got certified knockout highlights to where he catch you. He's gonna test that jaw of yours. That's the one. Danny's gonna really test that jaw. So yeah, go ahead. I mean, if Danny want to get go down to 165, I'm pretty sure Danny could do it. But go at 168. You know what I mean? Maybe contend for a title at 168 too. If you that good, shit. Bounce back and forth like Canelo. Do what Canelo doing. Go up and down 160 and 175. Since you're talking catch weight, then get all the smoke.
My problem is
section.
Jamal is talking like Boo Boo. He's saying Andre wants to go up because he don't want to be in shape. Andre is gonna go up because really he's not getting no fights at 160. So he's gonna go up to 168 to try his luck there. Jamal Charlo is acting like he can't get no fights at 160. There's another champion who wants to fight you at 160 to unify. You're just saying no. You have fights at 160 to get. It's not like people are calling out Andre and he's saying, nah, I'm gonna go up to 168. No, he's like, no, yo, let's fight and unify in December. You're saying, nah, I'm gonna go up to 165 and Andre ain't shit. What?
It don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense at all. And for people to really support Maul like that, I can see Mel, but Maul been on some bull crap for the longest, man. For the longest, and I don't believe him no more, man.
Didn't Jamel call him out for ducking Canelo?
Yeah, called him out straight up.
His twin brother called him out for oh my God.
He turned down the most money against Andre he would ever see so far. Did he make that much? Did he make more than the offer that Andre gave him?
Maybe he made $7 million against Sergey. You think he made $7 million against Sergey?
I don't know. He ain't make no $7 million against Sergey. I don't believe that shit. Fucking bit.
People in the chat, if y'all still there, tell me why Jamal Charlo does not want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Give me a real reason. Somebody tell me. Because I don't understand. Ronnie Shields is on video. When an offer wasn't even sent, he's like, yeah, Demetrius is a good fighter, but what do I get? What do we get from beating Demetrius? This was early. They don't want to fight Demetrius. Why? Peace, Toby Bartlett. What's up, man? I need somebody to explain it to me. Use small words, please, because I'm dumb. So I would really appreciate if y'all would break it down to me in just plain old small word English. I do not understand. I need explanations. This just seems weird to me. You come off beating Sergey Derevchenko. You have, I guess, arguably, not even arguably, you have a better win than Demetrius at 160. You have a better win than him. Your resume is better than him at 160 from that one win. It shouldn't be no problem for you then. This should be light work for you. Yes or no? This should be light work. You should be flying high with confidence. Like, I'm going to kill this dude. Look at what I did to Sergey. You know what I'm saying? I need explanations. I mean, Santos, y'all are more boxing experts than me. I need explanations. Why does Jamal Charlo not want to fight Demetrius Andrade? If anybody's going to be in the playback, type it for me.
I think it's it's kind of like with the whole Bud Crawford and Spence situation, right? Where Spence's handlers know for sure that he's not ready for that Bud fight, and they're not going to have that fight. Spence and Bud's not going to happen, and so will Boo Boo and Jamal Charlo. Not going to happen. It's never going to happen. You know why? Because the handlers know he will get embarrassed. He will get beat. He will get schooled all 12 rounds. I don't see Andre knocking him out, but I see him severely schooling him as like making making them look real silly in there. You know what I mean?
Make him look average.
Average, just really
But-
average, really plain, really generic. You're gonna be
but it-
generic Charlo.
But it can't be, Santos. It can't be, because Charlo just said Boo Boo is too small. He not special. He this and he that. I've heard people on here say Demetrius has bad balance and he's trash and all that. Okay, cool. Then why is it that this dude don't want to fight? This should be light work. You can't talk all this shit about Boo Boo, how he's trash and how he's too small, he's out of shape. Well, fine. If that's all the case, that should be like, yo, that's food. Let me go just get this belt off this dude. It's not like he didn't send an actual offer to you. And Eddie Hearn said, look, I'll even send Boo Boo over there to Showtime to fight you. Yeah. Lisa Bale says, I think it's because people don't like Hearn. They don't have to like Eddie Hearn. Like his money.
Yeah, fuck. Money talks, bullshit walks. Fuck
like his money, like Mikey Garcia liked Eddie Hearn's money, and he took his money. Okay. Charlo should be like, look, I don't like Eddie. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna take his money, I'm gonna beat his champion, and I'm gonna set myself up. Charles D, both fights you could have had and didn't want. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. You don't have to like Eddie Hearn. People don't like I'm quite sure they don't like Charlo. They don't like other people, but they do business anyway. Who cares? It's crazy. I hate this. Let me see. Toby Bartlett says, I think it's the fear of Andre embarrassing him after all the things Charlo has said about him. They can't take the chance. What?
Yeah, he's right. He's right. He done talked himself into a corner now. He done talked himself in a corner where he really don't want to fight Boo Boo. He'd rather go for Jacobs because, you know, he probably knows he could probably KO Jacobs in an exchange, because that's possible, right? But then again, he himself can get KO'd. So that's a 50-50 fight right there. And that's how everybody else sees it. Most boxing pundits see Charlo Jacobs, real boxing pundits, right? A Charlo Jacobs fight is a 50-50 fight, especially at 168. You know what I mean? For Boo Boo and Charlo, that real boxing heads know Boo Boo will school this guy, man. You know? Hence why he doesn't want to take the offer. Hence why he doesn't want to take the WBO belt from Boo Boo. He knows he'll lose, and his trainers knows he'll lose. His whole team over there at you know, that side knows over there at PBC that he'll lose. So they're not gonna do it.
That's crazy. I agree with Charles D. F. Hearn, man. His money green and them checks clear. That's all you need to understand. I have never heard anybody say, never. As much as they say about Eddie Hearn, nobody has ever said Eddie Hearn did not pay them. You got people like Jarrell Miller and Amanda Serrano who got paid in advance and don't want to give the money back. So you've never heard nobody say Eddie Hearn's check didn't clear. He pays the people. Let me see. Mal don't want either of them. Jacobs pull his card. If you don't know what Charles D is talking about, let me play a quick clip.
Yeah, play that beautiful bean footage, classic
of this debacle.
Yeah, play that beautiful bean footage.
So, if you don't know what Charles D is talking about, here it is.
Division, I'm in a division. Oh, I came at the perfect time.
We got them time. At the perfect goddamn time.
So,
you already know.
I'm just trying to figure out how you doing your shit. I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing. Because you want to fight, you go about 5 months. No, that's not bad. We can skip the shit. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what we doing. We gonna play back and forth or where? Like,
You said go to HBO.
I do whatever you want to do. Ducking you to go on HBO?
No.
Bro, you ain't even touching M yet. I'm touching M's. That's why I made my way to HBO. I know you're gonna or probably get it. You don't know what I'm touching. But don't say you don't know what I'm touching. I ain't never said you duck. I ain't never said you ducking. I ain't never said you ducking. They asked the judge, you want to fight Danny? Why not? Why not? You said I'm going to. They said she road runner. They said road runner. That's what I'm talking about. What's up? You don't need to go back and forth. We ain't got to go back. You know I'm not skip your corner. I skip yours. You skip your corner. We skip yours. We skip ours.
Anywho, y'all heard that?
Yeah, man.
So that's what Charles D's talking about. That's what Charles D's talking about. If y'all want to link to that clip is 2 years, like what? 2 years old now. 2 years. There's a link to that clip. Anybody who hasn't seen that clip before, I don't know who hasn't seen that clip before, but that was Danny Jacobs pretty much walking up on 160 CHARLO and telling CHARLO that you ain't shit. Okay? Let me see what Lisa Bales is saying. I'll give you an example. Aram is talking about T.O. fighting Ryan. Aram said in the past, Haney's with the wrong company. Ryan and Haney are both with his own. It's got to be Hearn. Hey, it might be Hearn, but they've done business with Eddie Hearn before. You know what I'm saying? So Aram does business with Eddie Hearn quite regularly. So it's got to be they're protecting their fighter from one of Hearn's fighters then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be, it can't be Hearn because they've done business with Eddie Hearn before. It's just that they don't want particular fighters of Eddie Hearn's fighting certain particular fighters. Something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But again, that was Danny Jacobs 2 years ago. 2 years walking up on goddamn Jamal Charlo. And he still didn't fight him at that time. Back then, Danny Jacobs was about to go fight for the IBF with Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? That's me. And say, Toby said if they've been saying how bad Boo Boo is, what an embarrassment it would be to get schooled by him. Yeah. I think Sandro said it right. He talks so much shit, he talked himself into a corner. No, he can't possibly risk that fight because he talks so much shit.
He talks so much shit. Now he's talking about a catch weight with Danny Jacobs. Dog, Danny Jacobs, you know what I'm saying, got a title. Right? Do we not got a title yet?
Not at 168, but I figure Eddie Hearn is gonna line him up for the title.
Line him up for a title soon. So he's gonna get a title and he's gonna be there at 168 with a title. What are you gonna do? You still want to fight him with no title at 165?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Or you want to go for that WBO and unify like you said you've been stating for the past 3 years or whatever that you've been at 160.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right. That's right. You gotta remember, Eddie Hearn has 2 belts over on his side for 168. So Danny Jacobs has like one fight left with Eddie, and Eddie's gonna probably burn that one fight on a title fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Danny's done quite well for himself over at Eddie. Done quite well. He done all right. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm just really disappointed with that 160 CHARLO interview. I wanted to share that with y'all because these are the frustrations I have with boxing sometimes. How are you gonna go from Sergey now to saying, nah, I don't want to fight, I don't want to unify again, never mind. What? I want to unify. My brother's unified. You know, it's time for me to unify too. Fight Boo Boo. Nah. What? Man.
Dudes ain't making sense, man. Talking
Man,
crazy.
Anywho, let me move on to my next topic. KUBRAT PULEV, rumor that it's going to pull out. I'm not going to talk about that today. My question is, you know, I've seen people say KUBRAT PULEV is garbage, KUBRAT PULEV is this. And it's usually coming from people who are diehard Wilder fans. So we're going to examine KUBRAT PULEV, and we're going to examine KUBRAT PULEV next to Wilder's best win, the great and all-time great Hall of Famer, Luis Ortiz. Is KUBRAT PULEV a better opponent than Luis Ortiz? That's my phone. No answers right now. Is KUBRAT PULEV a better opponent than Luis Ortiz? So we have to, of course, look at these people's careers because Luis Ortiz's best win is over. Who's Luis's best win, Angel?
Kansu, I don't know, man. I really can't tell you, man. Who the hell did Luis Ortiz fight?
Anybody in the chat? Who's Luis
uh,
Ortiz's best win?
I think it was what's her name? Shit.
Brian Jennings, probably.
Brian Jennings, yeah, Brian Jennings.
Okay, so Brian Jennings is his best win. KUBRAT PULEV, his best win is, I would say Derek Chisora. I would say so. I don't know. Let me see. KUBRAT PULEV. KUBRAT PULEV. Would Derek Chisora and
Yeah.
would Derek Chisora and Brian Jennings be comparable as an opponent?
I think so. Derek Chisora is freaking a warrior, man. He's been there with the best. So
here we go. So we got KUBRAT PULEV. Here's his record. Oh my God. Never mind. KUBRAT PULEV's record. AJ fight coming up. And we go down Rydell Booker, Bogdan Dinu, Huey Fury, Kevin Johnson, Sam Peter in 2016. That's not really saying much. Derek Chisora for the EBU in 2016. And it goes down to Klitschko, people like Tony Thompson, etc., etc. Okay? Luis Ortiz's pro record. It goes down, of course, his last fight was Deontay Wilder. Then Christian Hammer, Kaufman, Kojanu, Daniel Martz, Allen, Malik Scott, Tony Thompson. They share a common opponent in Tony Thompson. What do you make of Tony Thompson as a heavyweight back then, Santos? Remember, Tony Thompson beat up David Price a couple of times. Santos gone?
I was on mute.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Thompson's a good fighter, man. He was a good fighter. You know, he came in there, I think, really overweight by the time he fought. That was Ortiz's record, right?
This is KUBRAT PULEV. He fought Tony Thompson in 2013.
2013. Oh yeah, that's when Tony was still in shape, kind of. Yeah,
that's right. Right.
Yeah. That was a solid win because Tony Thompson was definitely one of those guys that other popular up and coming rising stars. When he did have his first victory, was ducking. It was ducking Tony Thompson, young and upcomers.
Ortiz fought Tony Thompson 3 years after, right here.
3 years after, and Tony Thompson, that was after a hiatus. You know, Tony Thompson was going for like a year and a half, 2 years, or something like that.
So
look at Tony Thompson's record real quick, just to verify that what was a layoff from between he had fought.
There you go. Tony Thompson. He fought Malik Scott in 2015.
Okay.
And then
he didn't have too much of a layoff.
Not too much of a layoff. He fought KUBRAT in 2013, twice 2014, twice 2015, and then his last fight was Luis Ortiz in 2016. Right? But anyway, the question is, so would you say these two have comparable boxing records?
Somewhat, yeah.
So then we have to go to the amateur records. If they're both their pro boxing records are pretty much comparable, because KUBRAT's best win is Derek Chisora for the EBU title, and Luis Ortiz's best win is Bryant Jennings. Is Bryant Jennings and Derek Chisora, are they compatible? Are they pretty much on the same level as a pro boxer? You tell me. They both fought Klitschko's.
I want to say yes. Yeah. I want to say yes.
So why is it that KUBRAT PULEV is not seen as a viable opponent, but Luis Ortiz is seen as an all-time great?
That's very confusing. Somebody needs to explain that to me, because I don't see it like that.
Black and Brown Boxing, what's up, man? Sorry, Santos. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, it's just confusing. I can't make it make sense. That's confusing, man. I don't. Yeah, no.
So
somebody in the
So Black and Brown Boxing. If you just got in here, we played a video of Jamal Charlo saying he not interested in no Demetrius Andrade fight. Jamal Charlo basically saying if he can't get Canelo, he wants Danny Jacobs. He don't want to unify anymore because Demetrius Andrade is the only available champion. I need somebody to tell me still why Jamal Charlo does not want to fight Demetrius Andrade. I don't understand. Anyway, so we're on to KUBRAT PULEV. People in the chat, if KUBRAT PULEV and Luis Ortiz have comparable boxing records, why is Luis Ortiz seen as this great all-time great and the fighter that makes Deontay Wilder this Hall of Famer because he beat him twice, but KUBRAT PULEV is not? If that's the case with the comparable, we go back to the amateur records. And in KUBRAT PULEV's amateur record, you know, I got to go to Wikipedia for this. Let me see. Here it is. He has quite a few amateur accomplishments here. European championships, European Union championships, the Stradza Cup. This is in Bulgaria. This is his country's like national tournament. And you can see he silvered once and all golds after that since 2008. And he was a bronze medalist in the World Championships. He went to the Olympics as an alternate. So this is KUBRAT PULEV's amateur background, all his accomplishments. What is Luis Ortiz's amateur accomplishments? Let's see. If anybody has more information on this, because you know this is Wikipedia, so it might not be updated. All we have here is the team tournament in Moscow 2005. He got a silver.
His box rec don't show his amateur record. I thought box rec shows amateur records right next to it.
Let me see.
Yeah, usually has the AM. See, is the AM is right next to the pro, and then the AM boxing. That's the record right there. So if you click on where right where where it says pro boxing, little red, right above the record, and then you see pro boxing, and then you see AM boxing, amateur record right there.
No problem. Hey, give me a second. My telephone's ringing. Give me a second.
Yeah. So yeah, man, if y'all didn't know, man, again, right next, well, I think, we already explained that, but yeah, man, I mean, even though a lot of people like to say the amateurs don't count, I see it as it counting, because especially if one of your contemporaries, coming up with you in the amateurs are now in the pros, like it was with Bud and Danny and all them, then you got to count what happened in the amateurs and kind of maybe gauge as to where the fight might what the fight might look like in the pros. You got to take that in consideration. Sometimes a lot of people don't take the amateurs into consideration, and I get it. But for me personally, I take the amateurs into consideration and the amateur records in high regard.
So here you go. Here's Luis Ortiz as far as BoxRec can find. All they have is like stuff in Cuba. They don't really have a lot outside of that. What we do know, he did win that team champ. He did win that silver, or Cuba won that silver in that team World Cup in Russia in 2005. BoxRec don't have a lot on Luis Ortiz in terms of his amateur record. They say he debuted or whatever. But anyway, don't really have a lot. KUBRAT PULEV.
Oh,
what the hell is this?
Here, go back. Just hit it again. There you go.
So they have all the KUBRAT PULEV shit here. All of this. Well, not all, but since 2001, this is what they have for KUBRAT PULEV. All of this.
So he lost his first three, huh?
Yeah. Lost his first three. Right? And you go all the way up. He lost to Oscar Rivas in what's it, 2008? All of this. So he's been fighting in amateurs, and we can see he has his medals on the wiki page, gold medals and silver medals and bronze medals in world championships. So my question to y'all is, Why is KUBRAT PULEV not seen as a viable opponent, but Luis Ortiz is? And I think KUBRAT PULEV is also younger than Luis Ortiz. I don't understand. I don't understand, because if we start putting, if their pro boxing records are in fact comparable, why is Luis Ortiz this boogeyman or whatever? I don't understand.
I never saw him as a boogeyman, you know. Never saw him as a real threat. And, you know, I just like, he Cuban boxer. He got some power, but I mean, I never really thought he could go be a champion. I never really, you know, I thought he could once Wilder beat him, I was like, yeah, he done. I think he should retire already, but
Who? Ortiz?
Ortiz, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I mean, according to these people, he made that same 7 million fighting Deontay Wilder the second time that he was offered for Anthony Joshua. So he was right to turn it down. I was like, you ain't make no $7 million for that fight. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Anywho, Black and Brown Boxing, speaking about Andre, he says, because Andre is going to make Charlo look bad throughout the fight. It's not the loss these guys are afraid of. It's a sloppy 12-round chicken fight. Hey, that's facts. Charlo, I mean, Andre can make that fight look really bad and win the fight. Okay? He can make it look really bad. But anywho, that's my questions for y'all today, man. Why does Charlo not want to fight Andre? And why is KUBRAT PULEV seen as a terrible fight and a mismatch for Anthony Joshua? But Luis Ortiz is apparently this great fighter, when both of them have comparable pro boxing records, but KUBRAT PULEV has a much better amateur background. I don't understand it. So those are my two questions for y'all. I'm not gonna stay on long. Angel, any last words?
Hey, once again, man, it's always a pleasure to come on. Hey, look, you know, we take for what these media outlets and stuff and these boxers take it for a grain of salt, because we know the deal, right? We know us as hardcore enthusiasts in this boxing. You know, we could just see right through it, right? But you know, the media and the big channels, they're always gonna BS and try to sell us something that's not real. And you know, Charlo and going to 165, that, you know, catch weight, that's not real shit, man. That's not real stuff.
You're saying you don't want to see a Charlo 165 fight, sir?
I don't want to see a catch weight fight. That has no meaning. Catch weight fights have no meaning. If it's not for that weight, why bother, man? There's no titles on the line, right? Whenever a catch weight fight is on, is the title on the line?
What if Andre said I'll meet him at 165? What if Andre said, hey man, I'll fight you 160, 165, 168, it don't matter.
And then there's gonna be no, I mean, 165, there's no catch weights, ain't no titles on the line, right? If I'm wrong, please let me know. But other than that, man, I'm
sure the WBC can make something up.
The Diamond 165 belt, something.
That's
like
right.
That, yeah. You know,
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure the WBC can cook some shit up in the lab. No problem. Anywho, that's all from me, man.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Peace, brother Santo. Hey, thank y'all for what up, Champ Ross? You came in late, man. Sorry about that. Ortiz should have been able to make 7 million 2 times. That you goddamn right. You goddamn right. He should have. But anyway, I'm logging off, man. Y'all have a nice day. You know, take care of yourself and peace and power.